Hi everybody, and welcome to this week's video. This week we're off on another road trip. We're going from one side of Oregon State to the other. We'll start out here on the coast where we can see the ocean and end up at the end of this video in Ontario. Just a hop and a skip from the Oregon-Idaho border. And then next week we'll continue on up to Stanley, up through the Sawtooth Mountains, and coming across the North Bend Bridge. And that is not the sunset, that's the sunrise. We started out pretty early this morning. It's a little over 400 miles across the state. And we're currently on Highway 101. Headed into the fog. Well, we are on the coast. And the coast does get a lot of fog. And of course the dunes, sand dunes, that's where folks go to play. And we're just kind of jumping along 101 here, where this is going to be a long video. And there's just a snippet of different stuff, different places along the way. Lakeside. And all this stuff close here. There's of course videos of all that stuff on my channel. And there is a whole nother town. This is just Lakeside on 101. Sun's getting real pretty out over Clear Lake there. North on 101. I lay down some, but not for the first little bit. Winchester Bay. We're actually going to jump across to I-5, run up to Springfield, and then go out on Highway 126 up through Burns and Bend. And one of the more popular videos on the channel is Reed's Fort. And I am still liking the new rig. There's a Highway 38. A few years back there was a pretty big storm. There's some elk. Roosevelt elk. That's the elk viewing area. There's a couple different herds of them actually that hang out in that area. Anyway, back to the storm. There's a big wind that came through and knocked a huge amount of trees down. Crossed Highway 38. Dropped a bunch of rocks on the road. It was closed for a bit. Not too long. They get trees cleared pretty good, but yes, the new Scottsburg Bridge. But Dad and I did make a trip across Highway 38 and film that. I'll see if I can get Dad to put a card up for that. Of course, you might be tired of road trips after this video. And this is part one. Well, Dad's never sure exactly how many parts there's going to be. There's a lot of footage. But people don't watch for too very long. If you'd like to see a 3 or 4 hour video, fairly unedited, but without me yammering on, because I can't talk that long. But Highway 38 is awfully pretty with the fall colors. Still early enough in the year, all the leaves haven't fallen off, but they definitely turned colors. I'm not sure exactly what town that is. It's Bob's Market. That's what Mom and Dad call it. That's what it used to be a long time ago, so. It's around 20 miles up Highway 38. Highway 38's about 50 miles to drain. And usually sheep out in that field. We've been following the Umpqua River there since we left Reedsport. That's kind of what Highway 38 does. Chase along the river. On through Elkton. Mom and Dad all actually call it Winton. And they do have a pretty neat bridge there with the carvings and whatnot. And Joy Valley. That means we're coming up on the tunnel. It's kind of fun going through the tunnel. Mom and Dad always test the horn in the tunnel. Make sure they can hear it. Along the river again. Be coming into drain here before too long, and there's drain. Seems like kind of a funny name for a town, but take a little short break here. Probably gone, I don't know, 75 miles, something like that. Yeah. Definitely a bit of a fun little town. There's not a huge amount to drain, but and we're off like a herd of turtles again. And into a touch of fog as we get up towards I-5 or Interstate 5. We'll be headed north. Yeah, there we are. Just checking that out. Yes, out of the fog and into the blue skies. Yes, we'll jump off of I-5 and pretty much roll right through the middle of Springfield. That'll put us on Highway 126. And if there's any Simpsons fans out there, the old TV program, everybody says that their Springfield is what the show is after, but it is Springfield, Oregon. So there's a little testament to that in Springfield, and we'll kind of bypass the town, and it pretty much looks like any other town with all the businesses. And this is really, really much prettier. And as we pass along 126 here, we'll there's just, of course, another river. This is the McKenzie River. McKenzie River. There's a forest fire came through here a few years back. You can still see a lot of remnants of it, and a fair amount of rebuilding. And Mom and Dad were noticing a lot of for sale signs as well on places that hadn't been rebuilt. So hard to say, but and as we go up the river, it's getting closer to the mountains. We'll be going up over there. Those here. Oh, it'll be a little while yet. There's quite a ways up the river here to get up that direction, but you can kind of see stuff off in the distance there on the horizon, kind of sort of in the clouds. We'll be passing up over those. Well, we'll be passing over those in this video. And I want to take just a minute here and say thank you to everybody who watches the channel. I know I don't do that enough. They say, you know, supposed to do that a whole lot more, but I kind of get lost in the videos and just remembering the trip and trying to convey what I saw and what I felt with all you folks. And so hopefully that's accomplished. But it does make Dad and I feel good when there's comments and likes and all that. We makes us feel like we're doing what we're trying to do. And yep, a little bit of snow. Not the last snow we'll see on this trip. But I don't see snow very often living on the coast. It just doesn't snow a whole lot there. But I do kind of like it. It's different. And not to worry. We're in the new Bronco, so it's having no problems. And in all reality, the roads are just wet. They're not. There's a tiny bit of snow on them, but I got no problem with the snow, but it's much easier to sniff and pee on stuff when it's not in the way. And yeah, watch out for yellow snow. But it is kind of a winter wonderland. And there is some mountains that are kind of mostly hidden in the clouds. And of course the sun is being pesky as always. Whenever Dad and I are trying to shoot video, you kind of see the mountain there. It's still a ways away, but we'll be going up along that way. And a little bit of wetness on the road. There's actually lots of snow melting. But roads are still pretty good, and once we get up over the up over the mountains here, we'll be back down in blue skies and high desert of the other side of Oregon. There's mountains. And more mountains. Not sure what body of water that is down there. And if you've been watching for a while, you know how Mom and Dad are. And sisters. We're definitely kind of on the other side of the mountains now. When you drop down out of the mountains, Sisters is kind of it's the first bigger town, and a lot of the mountains, there's a fair amount of volcanic lava and stuff. There's one of the other road trip videos. We went up by the it's called the observatory, and you can way up on top of a hill. You can see a bunch of mountains from there. I'm not even sure what video that was. It's been a few years ago now. It was either I'm pretty sure it was a Nevada trip video. And just like that, the terrain kind of changes. There's the mountains. Definitely kind of off in the distance, but and Dad was not super crazy happy about all the roundabouts in Bend. This is kind of coming into Bend. We'll actually be staying here on the way back, but that's at least a couple videos in the future. That's on the other side of Bend, and a lot of roundabouts with people who don't know how to drive in roundabouts. And I finally laid down. We've been on the road for quite a few hours now. Yeah. A few different places along the way, kind of like that once were a thriving thing, and yeah, I like a good chin rest, and Mom and Dad's chairs made a pretty good chin rest. Feels kind of like the side of my sidecar. But sagebrush, various bushes. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what's what driving down the road, but your basic high desert plants and some smaller scrub trees. And just pretty skies. And if you add water, it turns green. The ground's actually not too bad to grow stuff in. Yeah. Coming into highland country. There appears to be a Highlander contingency in Burns, Oregon. Yeah, Mom and Dad call this the B-Town way across the state. And you can go up to Portland and catch I-84. Across, up the, go up the Columbia River Gorge. There's at least a couple videos of that particular trip. Mom's got family in Idaho, so We go to Idaho every once in a while. Through town. Back out across the high desert. Getting into really a bit more rock. Kind of surprising how the trees will grow. Kind of, well, just about anywhere. Anywhere they can get enough water. Just still cruising. And we won't actually, well, it got dark and there was just no way to film anymore, so we will end up ending this video in the dark. But we'll pick up leaving Ontario. If you were curious, we stayed at Motel 6, and we stay at those because I get to stay free. And most of the time it costs $10 or $20 for me to stay. And it's kind of funny. People say there's, they look out at the high desert and say there's nothing out there. You know, if you just walk out and sit down, there's all kinds of stuff going on. It takes a little bit to pick up on it all, but we didn't see a huge amount of wildlife. We did have a coyote cruise across the highway in front of us, but of course we didn't catch that on camera. But then Mom and Dad like coyotes. Instinct tells me that they're evil, and you know, I should make sure that they don't come around not at all. But as you can tell, it's starting to get dark, so. And if you're still watching, tune in next week. We'll be actually going up through the Sawtooth Mountains in Idaho. Some of the prettiest footage some of the prettiest footage we've shot in some time. It's just real pretty up there. Gentura? I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce that, but there's another town along the way. And it appears that like most places in the high desert, there's cattle. Is raising cattle. It's kind of one of the major thing that's done with you know, all this land. But there's the moon, and we'll probably be ending this video here pretty shortly. And catch up with everybody next week. Until then, have fun, stay safe. Cheers. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like my videos, stick upon the thumbs up button. And for the newest, go ahead and paw that subscribe button. Thanks again. Cheers.